Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here this Tuesday morning. Today is August 5th. August 5th. This month is already passing. I looked up and it was August, what, 3rd? And it's like, now it's the 5th. Oh my God. It's just went by so fast. It's going by so fast. That's what I should have be saying. It's going by so fast. I'm just trying to pull my shoes off. Uh, yes. And I'm just happy to see everybody. Very, very happy to see everybody this morning. And it's early for me. It's really, really early for me. Let me just do one thing that I forgot to do. Just give me 1 second, guys. I forgot to do something. I'm doing it right now. All right.
That day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for
Oh gosh, oh gosh. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot. We're going to talk about a lot today. We're going to talk about the three powerful men that was. That was. Okay. Let me just send it. Okay. Let me do the same thing to just give me. Okay. Just give me one more second, guys. Got to do one more thing. I should have did this early. Okay. Okay. That's all I needed to do. Now let me turn my phone down. Thank you all for being patient with me while I get that done. Um, we're going to be talking about, let me just show you all of these. Okay. The most powerful man that was. That was. And that's Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein. Then we got the Diddy, the Diddler. And then we got the Donald, the orange head man, the orange man. Okay? Yeah. You got to tell them no. You cannot go around and not tell them no. You can't wait until the fifth and sixth time. You need to tell them from the get go. When they start asking or when they try, you say no. You got to say no with power too. No. Then, if your no goes unanswered, then it's on the record. You said no. in the most powerful way that you could do it at that time. Okay? Say no. No. Okay? There's some people like Epstein, Diddy, and the orange hair man don't understand that word, but they're going to learn today. Okay? Well, they may not learn today from my show, but they're going to learn from somebody's show because, you know, but, so that's what we're going to be doing today. That's what we're going to be talking about today. All right? Yeah, guys, somebody woke me up early this morning, calling me. I think it was about 9:10, not 10 minutes after 9. I'm thinking, what? And I'm going to lay back down afterwards. And then they call me back again. That's another one. It's like, do you all want me to get some sleep? And I told them, you woke me up. But, that's how some people do. They don't care. They just wake you up, you know? Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the matter at hand. That's what we're going to do. Remember, I kept telling you all, we was, first of all, I said it twice. I said it the day I had to cut the video short on the SDX slave that nobody knows about. He was still under the radar. Okay. And then yesterday I said we supposed to be doing it yesterday, but we didn't have time. We're going to start with that. Okay. But before we start with that, I want to see what inner city press got going on. Okay. We got to always see what inner city press. Okay. Okay. I want to see what they got going on for today. Okay. They always got the word out for today. Let me see, is this today? Let me just check. Is this today? Oh, it is today, August 5th. Okay. So that's what we're getting ready to do. August 5th, Inner City Press. Let me bring it over. Oh, okay. Let me bring it over so we can go ahead and start our Inner City Press is like our morning coffee. Okay? He's like the morning coffee. Hi, Linda Gamble. Thank you for being here, Linda Gamble. Thank you for coming in. Um, just got started. Okay, I haven't showed anything yet, so I'm just getting started. But we're going to see what the inner city press got going on because they're like our morning coffee or a cup of joe or whatever you want to call it, the morning coffee or, oh, shit. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Y'all have to excuse me. I didn't know that was coming. I reached over to try to get my lemonade. Ooh, Lord. That was some pain. Ooh. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to say that. Ooh, that pain hit me out of nowhere. I should stay still. That's what I think I'm going to do for the next few minutes. I'm going to try to stay still because I can still feel it. Okay, so we're going to see what Inner City Press got going on. And this is um, August 5th. Diddy denied bail again. Diddy do it? Diddy do it? Oh, I like how you got that. Diddy do it? Diddy do it? Okay. And then he's going to talk about the Roman Stone jury deliberation, day 3. Okay. And then the Epstein and Maxwell DOJ filing. Okay. So we're going to listen to, and it's very short, like always, because that's just your morning Joe, your morning coffee. So we're going to go ahead and listen to it. Let me get it pulled up for you. You got to get a little inner city press every once in a while. And so you're going to get it with me. Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. Now, yesterday, we have to start with this. Sean Combs, Diddy, had applied for bail once again. Some were hopeful that the Diddy supporters that I see online were thinking that he would get it, since he's only convicted of the Mann Act, and they say that no one is in detention for pre-sentencing for Mann Act violations. These are different, says Judge Subramanian, and he denied it. He denied bail. So the sentencing will be October 3rd. I can't really see him applying for bail again, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe will they go to the Second Circuit? You know, time is money, and money talks. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Now, in the trial that we're covering, big surprise yesterday, and the word is pedicure. The jury in Roman Storm, the tornado cash, crypto privacy, or is it sanctions violations with North Korea? The jury got the case last week. They spent all Thursday deliberating, and then they went home early. They didn't deliberate Friday. They came in yesterday. They had some questions. We were reporting them. Everything seemed like a normal jury deliberation. And then suddenly it emerged that one of the jurors not only had her mother's birthday party, which has become a way that deliberations are suspended in this case, but wanted a pedicure in advance. And apparently, when Judge Falo went back and talked to the jurors, the jury said, yeah, let's take the whole day off for the pedicure of this one juror. Judge Falo stood up and said, no, you've got to at least come in until 12:30. I guess the pedicure is one of those early afternoon pedicures. Now, I don't mean to be dismissive. The mother is 90 years old. Let me try to be fair here on this. But many people looking at this case say, how can this pedicure become such a couple of headlines? Pedicure juror causes furor. Pedicure juror puts foot in mouth. Maybe they shouldn't have explained the reason. I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, they sealed the transcript about Dragonfly, but pedicure is in. In any event, we're heading back in now. They will have half a day of deliberation, but it seems, from what they told Judge Falo, it seems like they're settling in, because they set their schedule for the week, and she said, I don't see any verdict coming out. At a certain point, just to explain for those who haven't seen this before, there's something called the Allen charge. That usually happens when the jury sends out a note saying, we're deadlocked, we can't reach a decision, and they say, go back in and try again. I don't know if they just say, hey, we like it here. You know, we'll be here all week. So we'll see. Today's Tuesday. It's day 3 of deliberations, also known as pedicure day. Now, on a more, I don't want to say it's a more serious note, but in the Epstein files, the Epstein filings, as we reported last night, the government was supposed to answer Judges Engelmeyer and Berman's questions in the unsealing of the grand jury material as to Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And he wanted to know, do you also want the grand jury exhibits? Government said, give us more time to decide on that until August 8th. There are other filings, including by victims. There have been a few letters into the Judge Berman Epstein docket from victims. I believe that there'll be more. Some maybe with counsel. And we'll just have to see what the filings are. We'll be reporting them throughout the day. We also report, of course, on the United Nations. Yesterday, we asked about a very troubling, one would think, allegation made by UN staff itself, with names, about people basically paying money to try to keep their jobs as the UN downsizes, because they've accomplished nothing and their money's being cut. But the fat cats are keeping their jobs. Younger, more idealistic UN staff are getting bounced, and unless they pay a bribe, according to the UN staff. No answer from the UN spokespeople, Farhan Haq and a guy called Stefan Dujarric. I don't know if he's on Guterres' junket in Central Asia. Yes, you heard me right. He's pontificating in Turkmenistan while the world falls apart and he bans the press. But We're going in here to the court. Roman Storm, jury deliberations, day 3. To be continued.
Oh my God. Okay. That's that is something. Pen to keep the job. That's a new law if I ever heard one. But I believe him when he say that because that's just crazy. That's just really, really crazy. But that's okay. Some people do the craziest things, okay? But that's the word of the day from Inner City Press. All right. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is get started with the rest of the show. Okay. Let me just get this straight. Okay. Let me just trying to get this straight. All right. Let me see what this one got. All right. Okay. Now, we're going to try to go ahead and start off. I'm going to try to find that video. I got it in one of my lists. But in the meantime, while I try to find that video, I'm going to, let me see. Uh, okay, wait, just give me 1 second, guys. Let me put this down so I won't forget it. I want to just put it down because I don't want to forget this. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Now, so since we're done with the Inner City Press, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that and get to the next thing on the agenda. Okay. So, in my opinion, guys, I think Diddy was denied bail 5 times. Could be 4, but I'm going to say 5 right now. And the reason why I'm going to say 5 because remember when he first got locked up, January the 16th, he thought he was going to get out. No, that was September the 16th. That was on a Monday. He thought he was going to get out. He was denied bail. Then the next day, he thought he was going to get out. He was denied bail again. No matter all that stuff he was trying to give him, he was trying to give him millions of dollars, his mama penthouse, all the passports of all the females in the house, and his passport, but not his son's passports. He wasn't fooling with them because he need them dirty rascals to do his dirty work. And then he was denied bail the third day. Okay, three different attorneys, 3 different judges, and then he tried to get out again this past this um last week was denied. So that was 4. I could have sworn it was 5. Maybe I'm missing something, but well, we at least know of 5. Hey, Colton, how you doing this morning? Happy Tuesday to you. I'm glad to see you. Happy Tuesday. And Linda Dittler is on a flight risk. Oh, yes, he is. He is. He's on that list, all right. Okay. we got some stuff going on. Texas got some stuff going on. The Democrats say they ain't coming back. They ain't coming back to Texas anytime soon. They ain't coming back nowhere. Because y'all ain't going to pull this foolery on us and think y'all going to get away with it. No. Hit the like button as you're coming in. Let me go ahead and get my house rules out the way because we ain't going to waste no time. Welcome to the pink house, everybody. Okay, welcome. And then go ahead and hit that like button because hitting that like button doesn't cost a thing. It just helps me out in the algorithm. Okay? And then while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel because that's free too. That like button and subscribing is free. Nobody's going to charge you for that. You don't get a penny charge at all. Okay? I do want to say thank you guys for being here. Then don't forget to go over to Pink Global and hit that subscribe button over on Pink Global. So if you haven't done it, go ahead and do it. I'm going to put the trigger warning up because I don't know what's going to be said because these people be talking. Yes, they do. Let me see. Can I find that about the that last SDX slave? I didn't get to say it this time. Okay, because then we're gonna. I want to watch that, but I want you all to watch this young lady that said she been to a Diddy party. Okay, she went to a Diddy party. Yes, she did. Okay, I'm just looking. Well, while we do that, we're going to go ahead and watch The Punisher. He's one of the SCX slaves while I find the other one, okay? Because I got it somewhere, and I brought both of my phones in here because I know I got both of my phones, my new phone and my old phone, and I love my old phone. So, and I got them both sitting on the charger. Both of them sitting on a charger. I got a charger here and a charger here. So both of them is sitting up here. So if I can't find it, it's on one of those. I'll have to pull it up. But let's go ahead and hear what the Punisher got to say first. And then we're not going to talk, we ain't going to forget about the dirty Epstein stuff. It's going to be last because I want to get this stuff with the Diddy out of the way. Yes, I do. Okay. So let's go ahead and hear what the dirty Punisher have to say. Did I call that man dirty? I think I did. I think I did. Because you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I don't like him. Because he's just capping. He's just capping, trying to get stuff. That's all. He just does the most. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and because we're going to look at these. This is from PIX 11 News. I hope I said it right. And if I didn't, that's okay. That's okay. If I didn't say it right. Okay, here we go, guys.
PIX 11 exclusive out of the Diddy sex trafficking trial. We're hearing directly from one of the escorts that testified today, a man who was introduced to jurors as the Punisher. 51-year-old told us that based on his experience, he didn't know what alleged crime he was testifying about.
Sheree Hayes was a prosecution witness, though some believe he helped the defense. Our Anthony DiLorenzo joining us now. Anthony, you were inside the courtroom, and then right after you spoke to Mr. Hayes, who is relieved, he says, right, that all of this is over.
He certainly is. He told me that he never looked at Diddy, even in the eye, but was not intimidated at all by his presence on the stand, saying he was there just to tell the truth. But as someone who makes his living as a male dancer, wants people to know that he would never do anything to hurt a woman.
My testimony had no violence and no aggression and no anything. It was really like a surprise to me, to the fact I was even called to testify.
Hours after leaving the witness stand, an escort named the Punisher spoke to Pix 11 about his surreal experience on the stand in the Sean Combs trial. Was it intimidating sitting in front of him telling the story?
It was not, because the story is honestly what happened.
His real name? Sheree Hayes. The 51-year-old has been working in the adult entertainment industry for 30 years and recalls taking a phone call from Cassie Ventura in 2012. Cassie is the one who always handed you the money?
Yes.
And she's the one who always set this up, except for that one weird text that you got?
Exactly.
This was his first foray as an escort, but says he would never participate in the so-called freak-offs that he thought Cassie was being coerced.
I literally can't say that any part of my experience gave me any cues that this was a woman in distress. More of a fetish type of scenario.
He says Diddy was directing the two, but never aggressively. Now that he knows about the sex trafficking allegations, regrets his participation.
I'm just hoping that I'm not viewed as somebody who did something to Cassie or contributed to her experience in a negative way.
Also on the stand Tuesday, Ventura's mother, Regina, who showed photos she took of her daughter's alleged physical abuse, and an email from Cassie fearing that Combs would release a sex tape or hurt her if she didn't pay him $20 grand, a sum he later returned. Combs' former personal assistant, David James, also testified how he once accompanied Diddy to confront Suge Knight in California, armed with guns, admitting he later quit because he thought his life was in danger. So back to Mr. Hayes, the Punisher, says he stopped getting calls for freak-offs after failing to satisfy the demands of the job he was paid thousands for, something that he's actually written about in his men's health book without naming names. So it was jam-packed today at court.
Yeah, Anthony, it was really like a wide-ranging and fascinating interview. I'm curious, after he spoke with him, did he weigh in on Diddy's guilt or innocence?
So at this point, he says that he really has not read much about what this case is about, hasn't read up on any of the testimony so far, the facts of this case. He doesn't even have a full picture about Sean Combs and the charges against him in this specific case. He didn't really even know what his involvement was until he testified today. So we're going to give you more about this and other testimony. Every day, we're going to dissect Diddy on our Pix 11 YouTube channel with legal analysts and, of course, on our Pix 11 Plus page as well.
All right, Anthony, a lot to dissect every day. Really unbelievable.
Certainly is.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
Okay, guys. Okay. Now that's the Punisher. I really don't care nothing about him because he's out for, because he seems like he didn't care a shit about, my voice going on. He didn't care to shoot about, nothing about Cassie. Nothing about it. He was just trying to get his 15 minutes of fame. And that's it. Okay. So that's it to me. That's how I feel. Okay. That's how I feel about the situation. But now we're going to go ahead and get into the next one, which is Remember the Punisher. I said I want to make sure we get into him first before we get into all of this other stuff, because we need to get into him first. Wait, let me make sure I put that down. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get into that one. Okay. We stopped at watching it at, let me see the time. I wrote the time down. We started watching and we stopped at 15 minutes and 39 seconds. Okay. That's why we stopped at 15 minutes in. So I'm going to just go back. I'm just going to let you all see a brief of it little by little, and then I'll get to the 15 minutes. How about that? That's how we're going to work this thing. I'm just going to let you see little by little until we can get to the 15 minutes. So I'm going to be fast forwarding on this. This information about his interview will be down in my description box, okay? It's gonna be in my description box. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to get everything situated. Seem like everything on, okay. Trying to get everything on one flow. Okay, here we go. So this is how it started off. So I'm going to get a little past that so you can just see, because we're going to get into 15 minutes.
School MySpace style of the model industry.
Okay,
go in, put your profile on.
There was Explore Talent, Model Mayhem. I remember there were these go make it big in show business kind of websites.
Yeah, kind of the beginning of the pipeline, I guess you would say. And so my girlfriend had me put my profile on there, and so I do. And I thought it was I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give it my best. And I tried. I put it on there, and then a few months later, get a message from Mr. Garen James, who was the guy who owns the company Cowboys for Angels. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was spam. I thought somebody wanted me to send them more pictures and be like, hey, I'm interested in you. So I showed my girlfriend, and I was like, hey, look, this guy's messaging me. And her and I had come across some of his episodes of that Showtime show Gigolo in the past.
Hold on. So I'm not totally familiar with Cowboys for Angels or the Gigolo show. What this agency is it sounds like it's a Gigolo agency.
Yes. Well, the proper term would be the escort service. Well, not the terminology slipping me, but it's
prostitution.
In nicer words.
Nicer words. Wait now, have you all noticed how they got the scene set up like it's a party? He got the balloons, he got the party favors, he got the confetti on the floor and stuff, and the drinks. He got the room set up like in that two of the tables turned over, like it's a crazy party that's been going on. He's the only one that had it set up. Beautiful room though.
Using some softer verbiage, but yes, in a sense. But on that same note, I did go on dates where sex wasn't involved. It was a compensation for our time. So that's the idea behind it, is that the women are compensating us for our time. Whatever happens between adults is between two consenting adults.
But
okay, now he's talking about other women that hired him for his service. I'm going to move on.
So this is still in operation.
Yes, yeah.
So okay, so and it's grown. So then at the time you go out, you're interested in this opportunity, and you've got three potential motivations. One is helping the women. You want to talk and listen to the women. One is sex, and one is money. If you had to rank them, how would you rank those three motivations?
The first one, I like people.
It was mostly the people. You want to help people. You want to talk to people. You want to listen to the women. Okay, so you sign up for the company. Then what?
About a week later, he calls me. He's like, all right, got our first date. I told her your little experience, so go in, own it, be here this date, this time. And so it was just show up. And that's in that setting there in LA, many people have the fake it till you make it mentality. And so I could see that, I was like, I had to instill confidence, though, is what it was. I realized the fake it till you make thing.
A little fast.
It wasn't very prevalent, but it happened.
What we got to do is get to 15 minutes. We're at 14:59, so we're going to let it ride from here. This is okay. I was just getting you all for the ones that already seen it up to where we are. For the ones that didn't see it, a little pieces of it so you can see where we're going. This is one of the slaves or male escorts that Diddy hired and Cassie did the woo-woo with. They did the bang-bang. And he's the only one out of all of these men, to me, talks respectful about Cassie. I just want to put that out on the floor. He talks very respectful.
Yeah, quite a few times. And it's one of those that it learned a lot. I learned a lot.
How old are these women?
The oldest was about 45, and the other one one was in their late 20s. Some of them were beautiful couples that were It's like they wanted to be able to be honest with each other, and they thought they had to bring an outside source in order to break the threshold of their comfort with each other. So they would say things like they wanted to do like a sex act or something they thought was freaky, and they were too scared to say it to their loved one because they didn't want them to be like, oh, I don't want to do that. That's gross. But then, I'd be brought into the setting, and it just would open up the sexual conversations. And so they were, in a sense, it was exciting to them, but it was it's sad to say it was the beginning of the unraveling.
So it's funny because I can, as you're explaining this, I can kind of get that in principle, that it's almost easier if there's a third person, but it's kind of funny in a way to say, I'm too embarrassed to ask for some sort of sexual behavior with my wife or girlfriend. So instead, I'm going to propose bringing in a male escort. That's somehow less odd.
And I could see too, sometimes many times it was the man, because they wanted to indulge in their sexual fantasies. They wanted, he wanted his wife to have fun with another woman. And so this was somewhat of the, I guess, balancing factor. It was a way to not make it seem as bad, I guess, for them, and to see, I want my sex fun, and I'm allowing you to have your sex fun.
That seems truly, like, I see as you're describing it, that's like the middle ground. Yep. To me, that seems like the exact, worst case scenario. If you're a guy, you say, well, I have this deviant fantasy about two women, so I'll meet in the middle and I'll bring in another guy. As they called it the devil's threesome. I think in college I remember people saying that. So anyway, okay, so it's women. All of this is subverting my expectations. It's women. It's not just women. It's relatively young women. Are they put aside the cuckold couples for a second? The women, you say one of them is, okay, she's rich, so that's why she's rich. She's busy. She knows what she wants. She doesn't want to go deal with guys. Mm-hmm. Are the women ugly physically? Or, I'm trying to figure out what would motivate a single woman to go hire a gigolo rather than just go to a bar. Any woman can pick up any guy, basically, if you wait long enough at a bar.
And that was part of it. She didn't want that hassle. They didn't like and it was the control of the situation.
Picking up anybody at the bar, you're going to pick up a lot of toads and a lot of narcissists and control freak and everything else. You can pick up petter and everything. But if you're paying somebody, then already been screened and stuff. And then if you are paying for a service, you get tired of them. They can't do too much to you, because unless they want to lose their job, because once you call in and say this person did this and was a jerk, they may not get any good clients or any clients at all anymore. Or be dropped from the agency. So that's some type of protection, though. But if you don't like them, you just don't call back.
Control, I could see.
Control. And the money gave them that power.
Right.
And I'm a people pleaser in a sense. Like I said, I like to listen, and I've learned that. I've learned that there's much value in listening, and because there was, some of the clients. I was a regular for a few of the ladies, and then one of the other guys was also a regular for some of the ladies. And so I saw the games some of the other guys were playing with the women, and attempts to, I don't want to go too deep, but attempts to lock these rich women down, either through marriage or pregnancy of some sorts. And so I saw this game being played by, a few different women of clients who I had, and that was the day I called the owner. I was like, I can't stand by this. I can't stand by what is going on.
So you're saying the men, the gigolos who are regulars, they say, okay, well, I got this woman who's rich, who's paying me for my services, but rather than just get a paycheck for every date, what if I impregnate this woman in a deceitful way? Meaning,
oh, very, yeah. It was the same game plan from a few different women, and they would tell me, like one of the women who I saw.
Men are trying to trap the women, these rich women, by getting them pregnant and stuff, and try to pretend like they are falling for them, trying to form a relationship with them. So why get caught every once in a while when you can just live that lifestyle with her, make her feel beautiful and this and that, and get her trapped and all into you, and next thing you know, you live in that lifestyle. You ain't just coming in for a paycheck every once in a while. You live in it. And then I guess they try to marry them too. so they can keep that money.
And then a few weeks later or a few months later, see another client. And these women are wealthy women who are, their parents did very well. And so they had large sums of money. They too themselves had businesses, which they developed. But there was a man doing, and that's why some of these women, they would, one thing we were never supposed to do is exchange numbers, because all business was supposed to be done through the
agency.
Yeah, to ensure there's no backroom deals and such. So, but I did exchange numbers with these women who had some, they had some hard times in their life, and they just need someone to talk to when they were, at points in their life where they're on their deathbed in a sense. And so,
So these women who were really desperate or depressed or something,
they're seeking something.
and so you gave them the number. You'd have kind of offline.
I tried. I'm one. I don't like to operate in that manner. But when the women would tell me, "Hey, I just need someone to talk to," or they would lead in that manner, and I would always try to direct them to the agency. But there was a time where I did exchange the numbers, and they would call me when
they're still paying you just off the books.
Yeah. Well, they would. I wouldn't necessarily see them too. Like they would call me just to talk and stuff. But I did see a couple times off the books, and they would hand me some cash.
Okay, so you've given me the scope of your career as a gigolo, and you say it started out, I was okay morally with the women paying me for sex, but I was not okay with these guys who were. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You hear about women, pretending they're on a contraceptive drug and they're not, and it's to lock a man down.
Mm-hmm.
You never think of it in the other way. The
Yeah.
man is going to try to impregnate the rich woman, but you say, okay, that part was too immoral, and that's when I got out. But there was this thing in the middle that you alluded to, which pertains to the big news story. You said there are these guys who would hire you to sleep with their wives or girlfriends.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And one of those guys is P. Diddy.
Yep. And when that night came, I worked private parties, bartended, served at studios and places all around Los Angeles and stuff. And so that night, one night, was doing, it was a pretty boring event, only wine and about 13 guests at a gentleman's house at the Hills. And I kind of got all the guests their wines and stuff. And I'm sort of standing there, and the reception's real in and out. And I see my phone kind of blinking, and I'm like, oh, crap. So I look at it. It says, Garen James, missed call. And when he calls, it's just one of those like, okay, this is the real deal.
It's your boss. You got it.
Time. So I told the guy, hey, Andy, I got to go make a phone call real quick. And it's one of those scenes from back in the Verizon days. I went to the side of the house, and I'm like, he didn't call. And it's like,
no bar.
Call failed. Yeah. It's on the side of the house, and there's trash cans. I'm like, go through. I see him like, okay, it goes through, and I'm holding it, and I'm like almost up on a trash can. It finally goes through to Garen James, and then he's all like, hey, you available? I was like, I could be. He's like, okay, we got A-listers. Are you available to be here this time? And I'm like, I will be. And so that's how that played out. I went in, I told the guy, I think his name was Andy. I was like, hey, Andy, I got a family emergency. I gotta head out. Then I'll leave all the wines out and stuff. He's like, all right, thank you very much. And that was a real easy gig. And so
this is
what he's talking about is when he was working a gig in Hollywood, a very famous person's house. And then he get a phone call from the Diddler. Well, the Diddler had Cassie call him, or Diddler called him. But anyway, no, first the agency called him and tell him about the gig, and he drops everything to go go to the Diddler's house, in which he didn't know that's where he was going, and he did not know that. But yeah, that's how it all started. And we're picking this for anybody just coming in. We're picking this up from 2 days ago, where we started it, but we didn't finish because time ran out. So we started back where we left off at. This is one of the SEX slaves or escorts that Diddy hired to have boom booms clapping the cheeks with his then girlfriend Cassie. And this is one that most people don't hear about or see, this white guy, because most of them they had already seen and talked. All the other ones been on every talk show or every platform.
The most Hollywood story I've ever heard. You're already at a party in the Hollywood Hills. You get a call as a bartender. You get a call to do a sex job for A-listers at another Hollywood party. You give an excuse to the first guy, and now you're driving over to P. Diddy's house.
LA Fitness first. I had to shower out. Didn't want to go stinky, so I had to get clean. Had to go do a quick stop, and I'm in my little Ford Focus. The beeper bopper works well there in LA because you can fit in all these parking spots. I think it was the Beverly Hills hotel.
Okay.
Either there or her condo was the first one, but pull up and this is where, so I don't know who I'm seeing. And so I show up to the address, I go up to the door, knock, and she opens the door.
This is Puff Daddy's girlfriend. This is Cassie.
And I didn't know, I didn't put two and two together. And she opens the door. She was stunningly beautiful, just had a presence. And I almost, and she said, "Hi, come on in. All right. Hey, starts telling me the situation, and I'm like walking behind her. And I know how to handle myself in a sense. I've been around beautiful people, but she had a presence. And I was like,
so you're hired to do a job, but
Yep,
instantly you're enamored of this woman.
It was weird. Like there's you could, I mean, it's like you could feel her spirit. In Hawaii, you vibe off people, and I didn't really know that was a thing till I got older and stuff. And I realized, man, you can vibe off people, you can feel the energy and stuff. And so, like, she melted me. That was the energy at first. Just melted me. Her stunning beauty and just the kindest person you could imagine. Like just the sweetest. And so this thing, like I'm almost fainting. I'm walking behind her, and I'm like, oh god, I feel my legs getting weak. And I just tap her shoulders, like, excuse me, I just got laid. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering. You're just drop dead gorgeous. I just had to get that out of the way so that we can move forward, and I'm not just losing myself.
I think every man that was there as a sex slave or to clap, that Diddy wanted to clap boots with Cassie, the first thing they say when they see her, even Clifton Howard said how beautiful and gorgeous she was. All the men talks about when she opened the door, she is stunningly beautiful. And anybody know, Cassie is a beautiful, beautiful woman. She ain't just cute. She is beautiful. Can't take that away from her.
She's like, "Oh, you're so sweet, thank you," and walks me into a room, tells me the situation. She's like, "Oh my," and I didn't realize they weren't husband and wife, but
right.
She tells me, "Hey, so we're just gonna have a little fun. You know, wait here for now, but I'll come get you in a little bit. My husband likes to watch, you know, and then we're gonna be out there on the couch having fun, and we're just gonna be playing, all right?"
So she in many ways practically they were together so long it seems like they'd be husband and wife. So she refers to him as her husband.
Yep.
Even though there's a long-term boyfriend.
Yeah.
And the long-term boyfriend just so happens to be, you don't know this at the time.
No, I was on the assumption that this A-lister, whoever he or she was, hired the most beautiful escort.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have fun with another escort. That was, I mean, she was that like stunning in a sense. I don't mean to mean like escort looking, but she just was stunningly beautiful. And so yeah, I'm not putting this together. And then I'm sitting in the room, and she even offered. She's like, "Oh, here's a bar. Can I make you anything?" And I'm like, "Just hey, thank you though. Just go take care of yourself. Yeah, I'm good, thank you." And then yeah, she comes back, and the session starts about 15 minutes later.
So when you say the session starts, you mean you guys do the thing that married couples do?
Yeah, very for this, you know, it's very performative. So the whole system set up, you know, like the every flavor of Ciroc is on the bar. You know, every bottle's placed in position.
Did that give it away? He said Ciroc. Hold on.
Well, no, I didn't put two and two together then. You know, I took. You don't think of. I should have.
That was the first clue. I don't think I would have put it if I found myself in that situation. But so you're there. So you say it's very performative.
Because she sits on a couch, and there's like a couch like this, maybe facing. She's like, "Okay, sit there." She puts a towel down. She's like, "Hey, just pour the baby oil all over me," and it would be heated, some just room temperature, and you know.
Because I remember, I actually didn't follow the case that closely, the Diddy case. But one of the details that was in every headline was that investigators seized like 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I mean, there's lots of baby oil. There's always baby oil, always. It never got old, and I didn't see him until about the third or fourth encounter. I mean, but the first one, so we begin. She's on the couch and directing, like, "Hey, play yourself, do this, lean this way," just like guiding. And I see like a little slit in the room, and I want to ensure I respect all those that I've seen. I don't want to disrespect any clients. I don't want to dispel any private information. The only reason I'm opening up about this is it's public now. And
so let me tell you something. Had you just sat down, we're meeting for the first time, and you told me this story. It's not that I would have immediately called you a liar, but I would have been very skeptical about your claims. You know, with this in the news, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people who claim to have been gigolos at freak-offs or in Diddy's house or whatever. It was some guy who claimed to be a lawyer or working with the legal team. All these people making up a lot of stories.
Yeah.
But I know that you actually did this stuff because you didn't volunteer this to go get publicity. Your name and your picture were revealed in court.
Revealed in court, and then it started to go mainstream, and 50 posted that picture. And I honestly thought, because
wait, what did 50 Cent?
50 Cent.
What did he post?
He said something like, "I wonder what he did to these guys," or something along those lines. So it's like very
He posted his picture.
assumptive, and especially with what's going on, people can.
So, so the rapper 50 Cent posts your picture along with a bunch of other guys. Says, "I wonder what P Diddy did to you." And your name and your picture also come out in court, which is probably where 50 Cent got it.
Yeah.
And all of this is quite corroborating of the fact that you're sitting in a hotel room at the Beverly Hills Hotel, or was it the Beverly Hills or at the condo?
It was either her condo or the Beverly Hills Hotel.
And she is directing you in a sexual performance for P Diddy, who's behind the curtain.
Yeah, he was in the room, just a little creak open, and you could tell she was in. I mean, I didn't notice it till a few sessions in, but she was under his control.
So hold on, because this is the part of the story that to me is really interesting from the legal perspective. The claim of the prosecution in the Diddy case was that he was coercing these women, chiefly her. But from the story you're describing, she welcomes you in. She tells you what to do. She's directing this. This sounds like a woman who, again, ultimately, because I have a Christian conception of liberty, ultimately, I think this is not a free woman. This is a woman who's in the thrall to a lot of vice and sin. But in the modern legal conception of liberty, it sounds like this woman's totally free. And she's telling you what to do. It doesn't sound like he's got a whip and a chain and he's...
And that's, I respect the setting, I respect clients, and I realize I'm there to have a job. So I'm there to do a job. I want to ensure the clients get what they pay for. So like I wouldn't listen to their arguments and stuff if there was some.
But they were having arguments.
I would hear things. Nothing. I didn't hear vicious tones and stuff, and but I would hear noise. You could hear them discussing stuff and some pretty strong tones. But at that time too, I'm not like I didn't want to include myself into anyone's business. I was like,
you're hired to do a job.
Exactly, and that's I didn't want to try to get a story or anything. I didn't want to have any desire, so I didn't want to try to listen to anything. What I was going to say that initially it was seemed very cordial, very light. But as the sessions grew, there were times her spirit, you could tell, it was a completely different spirit.
What do you mean by that?
Where instead of the jovial smile, "Hi, welcome in. What can I get you?" "Okay, all right, go here. We'll be out soon. I sit here." And there were times in the sessions where I saw that demon, the demon that she talked about.
That demon.
Yeah.
What do you mean a demon? Like a kind of a personal demon? These are the demons that are afflicting me. Or
demon.
Diddy.
Yeah, Diddy.
Yeah,
You could
Diddy,
see
You could see the fear. Well, and that's the thing. I made a statement to News Nation that I wanted to clear out. So there was a time in the later sessions where.
How many sessions were there?
I'd say in between 15 to 25 with us. About. Probably.
So, pun intended, you are very intimately acquainted with Diddy and his girlfriend.
Fairly, yeah. And he was old.
Let me read this one here. Statement as a question. If they could find any work doing what they were doing, do you think they would care if they was living under a box? Oh. Oh, that's a good one. I don't know. I'm gonna have. That was a good question. Okay, that nobody haven't brought that one to me. What do you all think? I don't know. Do they care whether they living under a box? If they could find any work doing what they was doing, do you think they would care if they was living under a box? I guess they wouldn't care whether they living under a box. Who cares? As they can do what they still doing.
Always like honestly talking to him. I'm a people person. I talk. I'll laugh. You can laugh at me. I love it. There's no harms. I feel no harm in that. But trying to talk to him was like talking to a soulless wall. Like it just was all about right here.
All about the sex.
All about Diddy.
Like there was one time. That's how the conversations were. Like him and I we were on a bed, separated, but laying near the top, and she was at the base performing. He's like, "Hey man, why more men doing this? Why more guys doing this stuff?" And I come to realize like he knew the agency and he knows more men are doing this. And I just responded, tried to respond pretty quickly. And I was like, "Oh, men will want to men want to own, so men will want your woman, and it creates jealousy and stuff. So that was
when he says why aren't more men doing this, does he mean why aren't more men doing what I'm doing?
Yeah, like gigolo and being
more men doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Right. Why aren't more men? Because it seems like, for like a teenage boy, maybe it seems like, I get paid to have sex with women.
Why more dudes doing this? And
your answer is because men want
ownership.
They want They want a woman of their own. They don't want to.
That was my quick response, and I was just trying to give him an answer. I didn't want to leave him hanging and stuff, but that's how it was. It just, there was never any more than that. So in a sense too, I've only bought one CD in my life, and it was "I'll Be Missing You" by Diddy. That song he wrote for who I thought was his brother. And it took me many times. I thought about it. I was like, because I just wanted to, I didn't want to connect. I'm there for a job. And I'm like, I want
to know this guy.
Yeah, I just want to have a cordial conversation. I just want to break the ice and just talk to you. I'm over here
sleeping with your
lady, and I just want to know you as a man. And so I told him one day, I was gonna just say it, like, hey man, I've only bought one CD in my life. It was the piece you put together for your brother, Little Smalls, man. I'll be missing you. And I thought that would be like, oh, he could talk about his brother, and I could talk about my brother. We could like start to relate that way. His response was, "That's what's up." Yeah. I was like, cool, man. All right.
And then right back to work.
Yeah.
So this guy, from the picture you're painting and the courts have painted,
Diddy ain't thinking about small talking with this man at all. He's there to get us. That Diddy, the diddler, just there to get us freak on. See somebody banging his so-called girlfriend, but to be honestly, he never called her around other people his girlfriend. He always said Kim was his queen. Cassie was something he could mold. He called her a mold, something that's moldable. He can mold. And that was also in one of those transcripts as well. If they was broke, then I think they have an excuse. Yeah. Only one that I really know that was broke was Clifton Howard, because he had just got out of prison and he needed the money. And even when he did his first live telling his story while he was walking down the street, everybody can tell he was on hard times during that time. And I hate the fact that they made fun of him. They embarrassed him. They embarrassed that man, and he was just trying to tell the story. Okay.
From like video footage, I guess, is a sex crazed animal. Is that overstating it?
I would say that's fair. That's definitely fair from my own personal experience. This is like, it's like he had and it was the power too. I could tell it was the power that turned him on as well. It wasn't just the naked bodies touching and stuff. It was the power.
This maybe is a dumb question, but there are going to be a lot of people asking, and this is my confusion too. If you're a guy and you have a pretty girlfriend, you should get married, I guess, and have kids and have a big family and a good life. But even short of that, it seems to me you'd want to just sleep with your girlfriend a lot because she's really hot. Why would you want some other guy to sleep with your girlfriend, and why would you pay for it?
That I don't know the exact answer to that because I'm like you. I want my one.
You're the guy in this situation, and you don't know the answer.
I have no idea. I don't understand why that's. I don't. I think it's the deception. It's one of the devil's greatest tools. That like you think you're satisfied, but you want more. You just want more. Like this was fun, but you could have more. And if you don't have something to steer you in line to be like, no, that's a sin. You don't need that. Your flesh will, indulge.
So basically, you're the rich rapper. You have a hot girlfriend. You've done that thing 10 billion times, and now because it's not ordered towards something. You just need more titillation.
And that's what I think it is. Yeah. Okay. That's my assumption as to like you hear the audio of what may have happened behind closed doors with Diddy and some rappers, and then some of them aren't as famous as they were before those moments that they had with Diddy. And I think it's my assumption. It's a power thing.
Right, because hold on, the thing you're alluding to, which I think is public, we're not exactly revealing private sins here. Diddy's like half a gay guy. It seems like he's doing weird stuff with guys and making guys do weird stuff with him.
I want to make it very clear. He never touched me. Him and I never had any physical interactions.
That's good.
I just want to make that clear.
But he would, but that does add a wrinkle to this, where you say, well, hold on, if he's half a gay guy, why does he even have a girlfriend? And because he's just a pervert, basically, is it right?
Yeah. Many other men that I've talked to, like Cassie is one of the most beautiful women. You could, like, she's a very gorgeous, beautiful woman, and I think Diddy, you know, he had that, and he wants to be above everyone else. So that was kind of his satisfaction. It's like, her beauty is great, but I own it, and you want it, but I own it. So this is one. So there's a few times where I got to see that side of the Diddy, where it was all about power, and her and I can have no interaction without him there. If he, because there was a moment where doing, you know, we're naked and on the couch, and Diddy kind of gets up and walks, and she just kind of pauses and then just sits like this, and I kind of lean back on the couch, and then I just kind of, hey, I forget what the topic I tried to bring up, like, hey, what happened yesterday, or blah blah blah, just something off the top.
Catch those Yankees.
Just something just to have to break the ice in a sense, and she just looks, she just goes, not till he comes back, just no, wait till he comes back, and just like straight. And so that's when I was made a statement on News Nation. It wasn't fear I was sensing, but it was, this woman knows next level what she has to do to get through this situation. Like, she knows if I even possibly talk with him, he's gonna, what'd you say to him? What are you talking about?
Because there's video of him beating her in a hallway.
I was supposed to be there that night. I was supposed to. Yeah, I got to figure that, found that out from a reporter who found out all the chat logs and stuff. But yeah, I was supposed to be there that night. Yeah, it would have been, I don't know what would happen. But that's how I like to see it. Is like, I'm the guy, I don't never start a fight, but I like to bring it down. I would like to try to tone it down.
Yeah.
And, you know, I like to try to bring peace and civility. So
you were supposed to be there the night Diddy's filmed beating his girlfriend, and you're wondering, rather than
like eating in front of a hungry person, and that's bad. You know what? Since you said that, when my son is around, I don't like eating in front of my dogs, because he doesn't think a dog, especially the main one is the husky, because huskies take things, they're always jockeying every morning for who's in control, who's the pack of the leader, husky. So I got a husky and an Aussie, right? I've gotten to the point in the last, I would say, since the end of or the beginning of this year, I don't like eating in front of them. I always try not to eat in front of them, because I know they be wanting some. I got an Aussie and a husky. I know they be wanting what I got. My son fuss about it all the time. You got to let him know who's in control, who's the leader. So I eat first. He eats, you know, we eat first, then they eat. And it's like, oh, that just bothers me every time. I can't stand that. So when he's not around, I eat around him, because I'm going to get them food while I'm eating. And sometimes I give it to them before I eat. Whatever I'm eating, I give it to them, and they love it. And he'd be saying, they don't need to eat this. So, both people lay up anyway, so it's kind of difficult to tell if they are genuine. Yeah. Sounds like he did it because he was lusting. He was lusting after Cassie. Cassie was a beautiful woman, and he wasn't about to turn that down. She is beautiful, beautiful body and everything. And she's beautiful inside too, to me. Yes, ma'am, that's what makes a man standing up to another man important. Yet Diddy invited him. Yeah. You right. Diddy got a Tootsie Roll, I heard.
and say, man, I'm so glad I wasn't there that night. You're thinking, man, had I been there, maybe that wouldn't have happened.
I like to think there's a chance that I could have hopefully brought the spirit down. I don't know. Like, that's maybe just trying to, maybe I'm talking a little too tall here, but it's like that's kind of been my thing. Is I have a deep vibe, I guess, you know, and I don't mind getting punched in the head if it could bring some peace and civility. I will fight back and try to defend myself, but at the same time, I don't know. I would try to bear hug him if I saw him beating her up. I don't know what would have happened, but I would have tried to quell the situation. If not, yeah, I probably would have had to talk with the guy and be like, man, this
No,
Garen. Be like,
he
nah,
knew he wouldn't
I
have
don't
let
stand for
that.
this. 'Cause I absolutely would not stand for that action.
So
Diddy
Do not
wouldn't
stand
have
for
let
a man putting his
that
hands on a
happen.
woman.
of course, I hope not. But take me back to this moment on the couch. P. Diddy leaves the room. You guys were doing whatever you were doing. He leaves the room, stops. She turns away. You try to talk to her. She says, we're not even supposed to talk. She just goes into her own head. At this moment,
She's afraid.
before that, I could see how you could tell yourself, well, hey, it's all just fun. This is what they want to do, and I'm just part of what they want to do, and I'm just here to serve the client, keep the customer satisfied.
Exactly.
At this moment, does it dawn on you, hey, maybe she doesn't want to be doing this?
Maybe not in those exact terms, but it was like, whoa, follow her lead. Like, oh shit, this is okay. She's telling me something. When they asked on News Nation, did you sense fear? And I said no, I didn't sense fear, but it was because I was in the presence of a survivor, not just a survivor, but my mom helped me correlate these thoughts of not a victim, but she's a survivor. That's what she was. She was not a victim there.
And he recognized that when he tried to make small talk when Diddy wasn't in the room. He recognized that. Most of them been with her forever, and they ain't recognizing Ish. But I'm glad he did. That's why I spoke a little highly of him. He's the only one that treated her with respect. I reckon on the money and him not trying to mess up the setup because he didn't want to miss out on the opportunity. Yeah.
But she was a survivor, and she knew that to get through the situation and possibly not get a beatdown, she couldn't talk without.
So why didn't she leave? Why did she tried to leave that night in the hotel, and then he drags? She was on video. She was at the elevator, and he catches her right before the elevator and drags her back and kicks her and hits her and beats her. He's just a complete animal, a savage. But in that moment, he leaves. She could have run away. No, maybe not. Maybe she's got some psychological damage.
The arms of this is where too. I'm a simple man. Like I said, I'm a Hawaii boy. I look at things very simply. I know things are very complicated, but when you break things down simply, you can. It helps me to understand them. Why didn't she leave? The arms of whatever system Diddy has are much bigger than any we can perceive that we know of. And I say this because Diddy one time, and this was after a great session. So there's a few moments where I realized like I understood my place in a sense. So one time Diddy, so every time I go, I have to turn off the phone, hand it to him first thing, hand him the phone. They take the phone every session. The end of the night comes, hands the phone in the cash, and he's like comes up to me, and this was like, it was nothing. This was like seemed like very cordial. No, like everything went smooth. And he's handing me my phone and stuff. He's like, hey man, I know everyone's grandma and shit, right? And where they live. And I'm just like, yeah, we're good. And he's like, all right. So it's one of those, I decided to look at. I didn't want to be like, what he tells
said,
me.
I know where everyone's grandma.
He said, I know where everybody and their grandma lives, right? And then I just had to, I had to think. I had to pause.
That's a threat. Because got to look at this is a tall guy. And he know this is a manly guy. And he don't get off on you beating women. He probably sensed that he's not gonna let me beat the women like my security guards do, and like all the other celebrities that I'm around and rappers and stuff. When I beat and kick the blank out of them, they don't say nothing. You probably figured this man ain't gonna do that and everything. And that's a threat, letting you know, I know where your mama and everybody else mama live, and I know where you live too. That's no more than a threat.
So I didn't want to be like, I know people too. Like, no.
I know where your grandma is, Diddy.
I know where you live. I didn't want to play none of that game. So I just had to I absorbed it and I realized, oh, I know what he's saying.
He's threatening you.
In a sense. Yeah, saying it without saying it. And he's like, all right. And I had to look. I'm like, yeah, we're good. We're good, man. And so he's like, all right. I has my phone. So I was just like,
so he knows that what he's doing is bad. He knows that it's degenerate, would be damaging to his reputation, even his reputation.
Well, and I got another story to back that up. So one time, I at that time especially, I was fascinated by Cassie, and so I would bring her gifts. I had a duffel bag.
He's fascinated.
Had a duffel bag with gifts and outfits or whatever, to. We didn't really go too deep into it, but
gifts like just for her or for the performance, just for her. Just for her. How much are they paying you?
Those are my highest paying clients. They paid well.
I can imagine.
They paid pretty well. And I'm not a wise spender, so I would take a portion of what they paid me and I would go buy her gifts.
That's very nice, very generous.
But I had a bag, I had a duffel bag with some outfits and a couple gifts and stuff. I had my watch. So I put my bag down on a counter. Like the setting was somewhat like this, but it was more of like a counter against the wall with some drawers and stuff. I put my bag on the side and I had a G-Shock and I put it on the table. And we go through the whole night, the whole session, and get everything done, put my watch up, go to the door, and we're wrapping up. And he's all, yeah, that watch, that one of those. This is what, like 5, 6, 7 or 8 years ago?
Yeah.
If not more. It's like, yeah, hey, that watch there, that one of them with them cameras in it? And I was like, and then I was like, my mind spans, I was like, oh yeah, it was on the counter. I was like, oh snap. It must have been facing out. And I'm guessing he saw that. So I'm like, this? Oh, no, it's a G-Shock. I was like, oh, no, dude. You know what? No, it doesn't here. You guys think? He's like, oh, no, we're good. No, as long as you don't got a camera. And I'm like, we're good, man. I was like, you know what?
The guilty man flees when none pursueth. So you left the watch.
Yeah, I dumped it. I was like, you know what, man? I don't want to. I was like, I don't want to have any thoughts. I was like, yeah, you know what? So I was like, no, man, like right here. And I was like, nope. I just dropped it in the trash. And I was just like, it's not worth it. It's a $50 watch.
No, G-Shock's a nice watch.
I love them. Yeah.
But he obviously was paranoid, as he should be. That line it's a great line of scripture. The guilty flee when none pursueth. You're all, if you're doing bad stuff, first of all, everyone knows someone's watching. Yeah, someone up there's watching. Yep. And so you all of a sudden you think, does my coworker know? Does my wife know the thing that I just did? I don't think you threaten, I'm going to go kill your grandma if it's just, people might write mean things about me online.
And I'm assuming he thought I would turn around and write a book or something, to expose, but I'm not that guy. Like even like when this all happened, my phone starts blowing up, going into the trial. And, I didn't know how to take it. It was a storm, but that's the only reason I did give a few interviews. I just wanted my side to be heard. A lot of my buddies back home are like, oh, what did he do to him, man? What the heck? People's minds wander.
He didn't do anything to me. He didn't do anything to me. He paid me to sleep with his girlfriend.
And, but people's minds will wander and they have the right to. We all assume things. And
so Diddy beats the racketeering charges, which are the really serious charge. Like he's running a major criminal enterprise. Do you think, in your fairly extensive experience in his criminal enterprise, alleged criminal enterprise, should he have been found guilty? If you were on the jury, would you have voted to find him guilty?
I would have to see the evidence, but
you saw some of it up close.
Yeah, with what I've experienced, yeah, absolutely. There's arms to what he did. This operation doesn't happen. It has to have an orchestrator. The symphony doesn't. It would sound like a bunch of banging rackets, and it would have been a mess. But these are operations. So in a sense, like, I did many events, and so as I go into the situation, I see the bottles and everything. I was like, wow, this is a production. That's like one of my first thoughts. Like, this is a production. I'm like, after 2, I realized it's Diddy. I'm like, yeah, I don't see Diddy up here putting these bottles, and I don't necessarily think that's a crime, setting up a situation, but everyone knows what's going on, and so in a sense too, that's what I've come to realize is a way that the rich and powerful get away with things. A term called plausible deniability. So
he was always one step removed, and so he's got.
And I believe he understands the game to a level, and he has people and places that can do things and move things in order to get his desired outcome and such. So
when he threatened you, were you afraid?
No. Like I mean, it's just like I see myself as like I'm like, dude, I'm a nobody. Come on, man.
But you're nobody.
You waste so much time.
But you got dirt on him. You might be kind of a nobody, meaning you're not rich and famous, but you have knowledge about bad things he's doing, which means you have leverage, which means you have power.
Well, first and foremost, I serve God, so it's like if you're gonna send me to my maker quicker, go for it, buddy. Like, come on, send me to a better place quicker. Come on. And if God doesn't want it, have fun, buddy. It'll be fun for you. So,
but I guess that's a good attitude to have. Generally, we don't want to have servile fear; we want holy fear. But now, Diddy could have faced life in prison. He could have died in prison. Given the outcome of the trial, he'll face 4 or 5 years. He hasn't been sentenced yet, as of our conversation. If you were afraid then, before you had spilled anything publicly, before any of this had come to light, are you not at least a little bit afraid of reprisal now? This guy's got tentacles, arms. You're not at all afraid of reprisal?
No.
Do you think he might try to have a reprisal?
If you see something like, I doubt it. I mean, I'm a small twig in this big old tree, but if he wants to waste energy on me, have fun. I'll play the game. I'm not welcoming it. I'm not trying to call him out or anything, but I respect how they respected me, and I don't respect his conduct. But it is what it is.
We're not gonna watch this one all the way through. We're only gonna watch part of it at a time because I got other stuff. We're breaking this up into 3 sessions because this is a long video. And it's going to get into a little deeper. And I don't want us to get too caught up into it too deep. Because this is what they are talking about is Cassie and everything. So we're going to Any thoughts on that one and everything? And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. So let me write down where we stopped off again, like I did last time. We stopped. Let me just put here. We stopped at 50:46. 50:46. That was on Tuesday, 8/4. Okay, so this is what we're going to pick up at 50:46. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to try to pronounce your name. And if I said wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm going to get better at it. Okay. It's Iwanaba, Iganaba. I'm trying, but I'm going to get it sooner or later. Okay. But we're going to move on because this is a long one here. But I watched the whole thing before. I have. And so we stopped at 50:46 and we'll pick up from there on this one here. Okay. We'll pick up on it. Now, let me do that. We're going to get into, let me see. Where is it? Okay. We did the Punisher already. And that's the one I said I really don't like. I don't like him at all. Because he's all out for Diddy. He just hoping Diddy. He got a book he's trying to sell, The Punisher. The one that was on the stand. He got a book he's trying to sell. But also, he don't say nothing favorable to Cassie. Everything he's saying is favorable to Diddy, in my opinion. And I think he's hoping Diddy gets out and give him a job. Yeah, I really do think so. That's just my personal opinion on it. Let me find the other one that I wanted to show. Now, like I said, in order to understand the Donald and the Epstein, you got to know where you've been and where you're going. Okay, you got to know where you've been and where you're going in order to understand them. Okay, but before we do that, I want you all to watch this. This is, but I don't know why I want to show this here. I really do. Really do. If we have time, we're gonna watch this because this is the craziest thing. This man, because he's gorgeous, he's beautiful, he's this and that and everything, right? Got his wife pregnant. But he claimed the child is not his because his wife is beautiful like him. They two beautiful people. She ain't worried about calling herself beautiful, but he is, because he said that baby is not his because the baby is ugly. And he don't want to be around ugly people. That baby is too ugly to be his. So they in the courtroom fighting it out. And he said there's no way that baby can belong to him because that baby is ugly. Don't look nothing like him, because if it did, it would be cute. It would be pretty, beautiful like him. Okay? and or look like her because she's beautiful. So how in the hell did the baby come out to be ugly? Oh, wait now. Yamaha where is in Quantum and Baz as in Baba. Like when a baby says milk, when a baby says Baba, Baba. Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord. I'm going to write it down because I'm going to practice this one. I'm going to practice your name. Yes, I am. Yeah. When and as in Quentin. No, ba, ba. Okay. Thank you. I bet. Thank you so much. Not Quentin. I'm sorry. Quentin as in quality. Okay. Quality. Okay. Quantity. Okay. Okay. Now, but we're going to have, if we have time, I will show that because I thought that was the most. And then he called the child a monster. And the judge asked him, what did he call that child? He said, a monster. Because it looked like a monster to him. He wouldn't have a baby that looking like that with how good he looks. He said, but he don't have no kids but that one. So he said that baby is too ugly to be his. And he ain't taking the baby nowhere. He don't go nowhere. Don't be around the baby because the baby is ugly. Ooh, that's a vain person if I ever would see one. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get into because we've been digging into Donald's past to see where we got this man from. Okay, so we're getting ready to go ahead and dig some more. Okay, we're gonna dig. We're gonna do the there's interrogation or interview, not an interview, whatever you want to call it, Epstein. This is back in the day. This is back in the day when he first came up on charges. This is back in the day now, and there's several parts to this. Oh, I'm on part 5. Let me go to part 1 first, because last time I showed some stuff on Donald back in the day when him and Epstein used to party together. And I'm going to, all of this madness, what I'm doing, I'm bringing y'all back to what I'll show something from back in the day when they was all good, because he be saying he didn't play with the man. That's not his friend and all this stuff. And he let him go. But then when you watch the videos back in then, it's a totally different story. Totally different story. Let me see, can I get to part 1 first? Because that's part 4. Let me see. That's part 4. It doesn't matter which part again. Let me I'll start on part 4. We're just going to get to all of them. Okay? We're just going to watch them all. Oh, shoot. I lost part 4. Here it is. That's part 5. This was part 4. Oh, here's part 1. Part 1. So we're going to go a part each. We got part 1. We've got part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So each day, or we may, depends on how long it is and how much time we got, we may watch, because each part is very short. These parts are not very long. Okay? And this is from ABC News. Okay. So we got to see where we're going and where we're coming from, because we can't rely on Donald, because Donald lie like nobody's business. He lies. He's gonna lie his tail off. He's gonna lie like nobody's business. Okay, now this is part one. Each one of them is very short. They're like 5 minutes long, 6 or 7 minutes long. So they're very short. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. And then I showed something back in the day to contradict what he's saying today. Okay. How can he become a teacher and he never finished school? We can't do that today. We couldn't have done it back then, let alone today. Mm-mm. Not what. Remember, I think it. Let me go back. I'll go back and get the year when it's almost over. Okay.
At your Palm Beach mansion.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live.
I think that's it. Yeah, it is. So let's go back and see what year that was. Okay.
With each person I'm drawing, I realize that's another, not only their outward.
She first reported him in 1996, and she reported him right after it happened. So it happened in 1996, and she reported him in 1996. In 96, we got detained for playing. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. So 1996. And she's right. If they had took this seriously then, none of this other stuff would be happening. Yeah. So let me take that one down. Let me see what time it is. Oh, we got time. We got time, guys. So let's see what number 2 is, and then I'll show this other video. So this is, and this is that what got the Donald Orange Man shaking in his boots. Got him so out of it, he don't know what to do. Let me remove that one so I won't keep getting. Let me see. That was. Let me remove part 1. Part 1 was with. Part 1. I'm trying to find part 1. Well, I'll find it later. I know it was with ABC or something like that. Oh. Okay. I'll find it later. We're going to go ahead on with, I don't know whether this is part 1 or part 2. I think we saw this one yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that one so I won't keep running across it. Okay. Uh, I don't know which one this one here is. Oh, is that? Oh, this is part one. Okay, we just got through watching part one. Okay, I was on the wrong one. Okay, so we just watched part one. Now we're gonna watch the next part. And then don't forget Virginia's family. Virginia is the young woman that they claim she was one of the victims that stood up to Jeffrey, that used her real name instead of a John Doe. And also, she was, they claim recently that she unalived herself, which I don't believe that's true because that would make three of them in this case doing the same thing. That don't make no sense. Just like everybody around the Diddler get pneumonia. Everybody around this cage just come up unalive. All of a sudden, young people, that don't be making no sense. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm serious. That don't be making no sense. If it makes sense to you, whew. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just look at this one. Okay. They was too busy locking up black people. I hear you. Oh Lord, you're funny. Okay, this is with the Today Show here. The Today Show. Oh my Lord. And all the information will be down in my description box below my video under credit. Okay. What you say, they too busy locking up black folks. This is back in September the 20th of 2019. And that happened in 16, right? In 96. Okay. So here we go, guys. We got to see, why are they trying to fight? Everybody know that they don't want the files to be released, but we got to know why. Who is in these files? Who is trying to keep these files? Okay, here we go. Oh, I don't even have it up. And then after this one here, then we're gonna switch gears just for a moment. Okay, everything will be down in my description box. NBC News exclusive. Okay, here we go.
The only solace for me is that when a group of people who've experienced trauma of this kind come together united against a common enemy, there's a very special bond between us all.
A painful bond shared among these 6 women sitting together for the first time for an exclusive interview with NBC News.
I find it very comforting to be here.
Marika Chartouni, Anushka DeGiorgio, and Rachel K. Benavidez sharing their stories about Epstein for the first time on television.
I think the nature of this kind of abuse means that you're conditioned to be silent, to be isolated, secretive, and shameful.
I feel like, it was a big game
Woman
for him.
in the blue.
And we were the pieces of his game. And you're like, I'm just not going to say anything because that's what he told me to do.
The women.
The woman with her head down, looking down. The blonde hair looking down with the teal color. That's Virginia. That's the one that they claim took her own life. And I don't believe that.
All have familiar stories of grooming, promises, and then sexual assault.
I can relate to pretty much every person sitting here next to me.
Virginia Roberts-Jufrey says Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell recruited her one summer when she was working as a locker room attendant at Mar-a-Lago. In her first broadcast interview, Virginia tells NBC News what she has previously alleged in court filings, that Epstein directed her to also have sex with a number of powerful men, among them Britain's Prince Andrew.
He was an abuser. He was a participant.
Virginia says she was 17 when this photo was taken with the prince in Maxwell's London townhome, next to the bathroom, where she says he sexually abused her.
What happened? The first time in London, I was so young. Keelan woke me up in the morning and said, "You're going to meet a prince today." I didn't know at that point that I was going to be trafficked to that prince. And then that night, Prince Andrew came to her house in London, and we went out to Club Tramp. Prince Andrew got me alcohol. It was in the VIP section. I'm pretty sure it was vodka. Prince Andrew was like, "Let's dance together." And I was like, okay. And we leave Club Tramp, and I hop in the car with Ghislaine and Jeffrey. And Ghislaine said, "He's coming back to the house. And I want you to do for him what you do for Epstein." I couldn't believe it.
Virginia says the abuse moved from the bathroom to a bedroom.
He wasn't rude or anything about it. He said, "Thank you," and some kind of soft sentiments like that, and left. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that even royalty were involved.
She says Prince Andrew abused her 2 more times, once in New York in Epstein's mansion, and again at his Virgin Islands estate.
Prince Andrew, of course, denies that this ever happened. He denies that it ever happened, and he's going to keep denying that it ever happened. But he knows the truth, and I know the truth.
What do you say if people think this is about money for you, that you're trying to get money and have gotten money?
Well, unfortunately, there's this horrible law called statute of limitations. My lawyer said the way to get Ghislaine Maxwell held accountable, the way to get Jeffrey up.
What is she, why is he got up, his arms wrapped around her with his hand all the way around to her pelvic area? Not pelvic area, pelvis. Huh? What is a royalty, man of that stature of royalty, wrapped around a commoner, what they call us, commoners, a teenager at that? He's a grown man. What is he doing? He should just be shaking hands like this, or shouldn't been around her in the first place. Why is he in her presence? If it's not true. Was he on official duty or something?
Being held accountable is through them saying I'm a liar, which I'm not. So it's called a defamation suit.
Like all others she's named, Prince Andrew has denied the allegations. Buckingham Palace telling NBC News in a statement, "It is emphatically denied that the Duke of York had any form of sexual contact or relationship with Virginia Roberts. Any claim to the contrary is false and without foundation." Maxwell has not been criminally charged and has repeatedly denied the accusations against her.
What does justice look like to you now?
Justice now is holding accountable the perpetrators that helped him and participated with him, and encouraging more people to come forward so we can try to put this puzzle together and understand how it happened. How did this happen for so long? How did he get away with it?
These are questions many of these women have asked, especially now after Epstein's suicide in jail, awaiting trial on child sex trafficking and conspiracy charges.
I feel let down, that he was able to commit suicide. Yeah, it was really upsetting. They failed us before. Don't fail us again.
Exactly.
That's all we're asking. Take us serious. We matter. You matter. You matter, and you matter. And for all the girls out there, you all matter too.
Yes.
A message to other possible victims of Epstein still waiting in the shadows.
Jeffrey thought that we were disposable, and he threw us all away. And look who's still standing.
There's something about seeing the group of women together with those shared stories that is incredibly compelling, as is Virginia's story.
The image itself is powerful,
Yeah.
and the words even more powerful.
Yeah, you can see Savannah's full conversation, a special Dateline that is tonight at 10, 9 Central. And by the way, we are going to check in with Savannah in just a little bit and see how she's feeling in our next hour. She has come down with pneumonia, and we're going to talk to a doctor about what we can do about that.
Don't tell me she come down with pneumonia. Why do everybody get pneumonia? When they come out with things, when they come out to be telling the truth, they get pneumonia. Or they just happen to be unalive themselves. But here's another case of pneumonia. Guys, y'all better stay wrapped up inside this year because these people are getting pneumonia. Getting pneumonia. Okay, this is the one that I want to show y'all right quick. I always try to show y'all something fun before we leave, before it's too late, and we don't have much time. So we won't get a chance to see it all, but y'all will get the gist of it. Okay? Because we got about 14 minutes left. Let me get it started for y'all. This is just too funny. Or should I say this one for another day? But this is just too funny. This is just crazy. Man denying his own child, but the judge already had a paternity test done, and she said, "Oh, and I guess he forgot that's what they was doing, a paternity test." Oh, okay. Oh, wait. How did I just lose it, guys? I just lost that. I'm gonna try to bring it back. Let's see, can I bring it back in? Oh, oh my Lord. Well, until I find it again, we're going to show something else right quick. Okay. Okay. Here we go, guys. This is they call it celebrities that are part of the Illuminatis. I got a lot of stuff I've been saving for us. Yes, I got a lot of stuff I've been saving for us. All right. Yes, I have. And so we're going to go ahead and watch this because we don't have long left. About a little over 12 or 13 minutes. You know, I try to stay on time. I try to keep it under 2 hours. Okay. Costco oil was the cure for everything. Look, Costco oil, but look, I got the baby oil. I still got the baby oil here. And this oil is because we got a real baby in the house. My baby Phoenix. We got 2 of these. And I just keep this one here in here just for fun. That's baby Phoenix baby oil. Baby Phoenix is only 1 year old. Okay. Looking just like me. Oh, my baby. Oh, y'all make me want to show my baby Phoenix. Let me show you my baby Phoenix. Oh, Lord. Y'all make me want to show my baby Phoenix. What is Phoenix? Baby Phoenix. I think baby Phoenix is the prettiest baby in the world. I always tell him that. Oh, here it is. Let me take this down so y'all can see him. See? Baby Phoenix. Baby Phoenix. Yeah, that's my baby. That's my baby. He's the best looking. I always tell Phoenix, you're the best looking baby in the world. He called me mama, mama, mama. That's the only thing he can say right now. Mama, mama. And baby Phoenix get everything he wants. Yes, the baby. I'm trying to find the one where he's sitting in his car, driving his car. He loved his dogs though, which is my dogs. He loved Bella more than anything. He loved himself some Bella. Let's see. When I say he loved himself some Bella, oh yeah, you don't take his Bella away. Bella is my husky. Okay, I can't find him, so we're gonna go ahead and get on with the show. Okay. Oh, here's Phoenix in his car. Y'all see Phoenix? That's Phoenix in his car. Yeah, that's my baby. Phoenix say he ain't thinking about y'all. See there? He ain't thinking about y'all. See there? Phoenix ain't thinking about y'all. See there? He is sport rotten. Sport rotten. See there? Sport rotten. What we gonna do with him? He's waiting on to go outside. And this is him outside riding in his car. Phoenix is just waiting to go outside. That's all. Phoenix is 1 year old, turned 1 this year. He turned 1 and he asked, most people think he's 3 or 4. Phoenix, you don't. Okay, here we go, guys. These are, because I don't know what happened. The picture just went away from me. But we're going to watch this. These are people in the Illuminati, or who they think are in the Illuminati. Y'all know what that is, right?
Stars that made it big or members of a secret elite. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celebrities supposedly in the Illuminati.
Why would I want to destroy something I helped build?
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at famous people often rumored to be part of a high-powered secret society.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Ooh. Number 10, Katy Perry. The original Illuminati was actually a Bavarian secret society outlawed at the end of the 18th century. But conspiracy theorists claim they continued operating in the shadows, orchestrating the French Revolution, the Battle of Waterloo, and apparently Katy Perry's musical career. So-called proof includes the fact that her video for Dark Horse has an Egyptian theme, involving pyramids and the Eye of Horus, both of which recall the All-Seeing Eye, an Illuminati favorite. Her performance at the 2014 Grammy Awards included plenty of occult symbolism, prompting InfoWars, the website of American far-right radio personality Alex Jones, to call her an Illuminati priestess that conducts satanic witchcraft ceremonies in front of the world.
Extremely nihilistic, pro-death, pit of hell type garbage. That's my view on it.
Number 9, Justin Bieber.
What do you mean?
Strangely, the super secret Illuminati seem to have no problem with celebrities showing off the fact that they're members. Conspiracy theorists point out that Bieber has a tattoo of an owl that looks like the Canaanite deity Moloch if you squint a bit, and that he's flashed an AOK symbol over one eye, which is allegedly a reference to the Eye of Horus. That's damning evidence right there. A few believe the real Justin actually died in a car crash and has been replaced. Justin has denied being a member, but isn't that just what an Illuminati would say?
Make up your mind, what do you mean?
Number 8, Miley Cyrus. There's no easy way to say this. Miley Cyrus has sold her soul and shows people how to have sex with Satan.
It's our body, we can do what we want to.
At least that's what Pastor Joe Schimmel of Good Fight Ministries claimed on the right-wing radio program True News after her 2013 VMA performance. IlluminatiWatcher.com warns against being, quote, over-paranoid, but admits that Cyrus does show signs of demonic possession. Others claim that she's been brainwashed by the CIA's notorious mind control program, MKUltra. In fact, some theorists believe that both Miley and Bieber may be Illuminati-created clones.
It's a brand new start, a dream come true.
Number 7, Madonna. She's into Kabbalah, an esoteric tradition originating in Judaism, and has a song ridiculing conspiracy theorists called Illuminati.
I'll see eyes watching tonight. That's what it is, truth and the light.
In In it, the superstar singer states that Jay-Z and Beyonce aren't Illuminati. As if these are classic disinformation tactics from the Queen of Pop.
It's not Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's not Nicki or Lil Wayne.
Come to think of it, Madonna's iconic cone bra was awfully triangular, and the Illuminati love triangles. Madonna has denied being a member, but also said she knows, quote, who the real Illuminati are. She claimed to be talking about Enlightenment intellectuals, but was this really an oblique reference to the puppet masters pulling her strings? Sadly, we'll likely never know, because Illuminati. Number 6, Britney Spears.
That is false.
Britney started as a Disney child star, and Disney is allegedly Illuminati to the core. In fact, according to Illuminati researchers Fritz Springmeier and Cisco Wheeler, Disney's film Fantasia was actually used as base programming for new Illuminati agents. Britney was also apparently brainwashed, though for her, it was supposedly via an entertainment industry program called Monarch. How else can you explain her transformation from America's sweetheart to sexually charged performer? Besides, puberty and the music industry. Some conspiracy theorists claim that Britney's breakdown really occurred because her mind control was failing. Was shaving her head an act of rock and roll rebellion against constant public scrutiny, or a sign her Illuminati handlers were losing control? Number 5, Lady Gaga. A lot of Illuminati conspiracy theories come from the religious right, so it's not surprising that they would target Lady Gaga. She's a supporter of LGBTQ rights, was once rumored to be transgender herself, and calls her fans little monsters.
I think it's because my show is kind of like an exorcism.
According to VigilantCitizen.com, the Illuminati has brainwashed Lady Gaga into popularizing the idea that mindless robotic vacuity is cool. You can tell she's doing their bidding because she's always hiding one eye. The Illuminati seem to really love these little nods and winks that reveal who's part of their clandestine club. Talk about a confident secret society. Number 4, Kanye West. Kanye wore an Eye of Horus chain in the video for Power, again with the Egyptian theme, and has made triangle hand gestures too. According to VigilantCitizen.com, his interruption of Taylor Swift at the MTV Video Music Awards was a public shaming ritual to initiate Swift into the Illuminati.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
We're not sure if that makes it better or worse. In an essay for Paper magazine, Kanye denied involvement in the Illuminati and suggested that conspiracy theories distract us from the real problems in the world. His wife, Kim Kardashian, has denied being in the, quote, Illuminate, and even asked, quote, what is that, a religion? Well, if that's not proof, we don't know what is.
Admitting is the first step.
Number 3, Eminem. According to Illuminati conspiracy theorists, there's only one road to fame, a pact with the devil. Supposedly, Eminem sold his soul to the secret society for talent, fame, and wealth. But rumors claim he's unhappy with his masters and trying to break free, or that he's actually been killed and replaced with a clone.
With a real Slim Shady, please stand up. We're gonna have a problem here.
After all, as pointed out by conspiracy theorists, his hairline has changed. What more proof do you need? No wonder recovery sounded so different.
Relax, I'm going back to that now.
Eminem, if you're alive and watching this, we know what's happening. Number 2, Rihanna. Rihanna meets all the usual criteria. She hides one eye on the cover of Rated R and uses pyramid symbols in her music videos. She even appears inside a triangle in the video for Umbrella. Illuminati overload. In her music video for S&M, headlines flash calling her Princess of the Illuminati. Plus, telling everyone that you're in a secret society is a dead giveaway. In an interview with Angie Martinez on Hot 97, Rihanna even talked about being a, quote, devil worshiper. Sure, she said she was kidding afterwards, but...
I saw the life inside.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Call me so I can come and do it for you. Call me so I can come and prove it for you.
Number 1, Jay-Z. Jay-Z is well known for his signature hand gesture that he claims symbolizes a diamond and his record label, Rockefeller Records. But as we know, triangles also serve as Illuminati propaganda, subliminally compelling people towards black magic. Hova also seems to deliberately load his music videos and clothing line with occult and Masonic symbols, while he denies being a member in the song Heaven.
Conspiracy theorists screaming Illuminati. They can't believe this much scale is in a human body.
How else do you explain the fact that he and Beyonce have named their daughter Blue Ivy, which conspiracy theorists point out could stand for Born Living Under Evil, Illuminati's very youngest, as well as an infinite number of other possible series of words.
That's right. That's right.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.
That's right.
Do you believe in the Illuminati?
Yes, I do, and I believe that. I don't believe that you work hard to get where you're at. I believe you get chose, no matter how that sounds. You don't work hard to be successful, and I hate when people say that though. You get chose. People, you get chosen to be successful. They have their picks, no matter how it sounds. You could be the most talented person in the world, If you're not picked and selected.
Oh, y'all couldn't hear me. I'm so sorry. Uh, this is I had to take a phone call, guys. So this is Chopper, and I didn't know it was going to roll over while I was taking that phone call to Chopper. But Chopper is also talking about the Illuminati, okay, and how they approached him 3 times. All right. So I just go ahead and let it play since it was playing. Hmm. Oh, wait. Lord of mine, I was thinking about that appointment that I had to reschedule. Guys, my mind is gone. I was sitting here thinking about that appointment and forgot all about it. Okay? I'm so sorry. Thank you for telling me the audio. Thank you. I looked down and saw that. I said, "Oh my God."
Yes, I do. And I believe that I don't believe that you work hard to get where you're at. I believe you get chose. No matter how that sounds. You don't work hard to be successful. And I hate when people say that though. You get chose. You get chosen to be successful. They have their picks. No matter how it sounds. You could be the most talented person in the world.
Mhm.
If you're not picked and selected, it's kind of like the NBA. You know, I can imagine it's buku people that's just way more talented than other people that don't quite get the minutes and the time and got to sit on the bench because the NBA have a way of choosing who they choose to be superstars. It's kind of like that in the rap industry. And it don't come from the rap industry. It comes from the Illuminati. No matter how that sounds, the Illuminati is real, 100%. Trust me, I know. You heard me? I have been approached
Hmm.
so many times. You dig? And that's one of the reasons of why it took me a while to want to drop on a major, which I'm on my way to now, and I'm dropping a project called No One Cares. Right after this interview is over, you'll go hear about it a lot. But yeah, I've been approached by the Illuminati at least 3 times in my life, which makes me petrified because the things that come with that, it's humbling. It really is. It's scary.
Y'all heard him make him petrified. Now, when a person say petrified, that ain't scared. That ain't worried. Or they feel uneasy. Petrified. Oops. Sorry I spit that out. I got food in my mouth. Petrified. Ooh, that's a strong word. Because he said they are real. They approached him 3 times. So that got him petrified. They don't quit.
Scary. it's scary. In this game, you don't really work hard to be a superstar and successful. You get chose to. And when they choose you, you gotta do what they tell you to do. Or bad things that happen to you. And that's facts. But now I'm just not afraid no more. You heard me? And I'm ready. I'm ready to do what I gotta do. And I feel so great right now in my life to be able to kick ass. And the things that's so tempting that'll make your process faster to get where you need to go. It's so tempting to want to accept the things that the Illuminati present to you. It's just it's tempting, bro. It really is. And it sucks. It sucks that you really gotta that it even took me this long to keep pumping and dropping mixtapes and doing this and doing that. For me to be able to surface back the way I'm surfacing right now, by the grace of the universe and God, that it's actually going the way I need to go now. But I could have been where I was at, mighty bruh, if I would have accepted what was presented to me. And I didn't. So I became whatever, the pimp guy or this guy or that guy. I was, the 6-month drug dealer. I was doing all these things because I was so afraid of what the Illuminati and the industry come with. And I'm not afraid no more. But yes, the Illuminati is real. And when they come at you, it's kind of hard.
Another guy said the same thing. Day 26. The group Day 26. One of the guys in Day 26, I showed that entire video. They came in at him so hard, this man lost his mind for a while. It took the rest of his group to bring him back. It took going to see therapists, psychologists, and everything to bring him back. He was out on the street just wilding out because they came at him and came hard. And then he saw his name in this email, freaked it. He was petrified again. Ooh, and they all start crying. I don't know if anybody seen that video, but I played it once on mine about a month ago or so. And if I have to play it again, ooh, it had everybody crying. Feels like we are on punishment.
To bargain the presentation that they come at you with, if that makes sense.
Can you tell me about the 3 situations where they approached you?
Okay. The first time I met a man named Robert Freed. Well, let me say that question over. I met a man named Robert. I don't want to say his last name. White dude, lives in Los Angeles, multi-millionaire guy. Family, mega rich, lived in Palos Verdes. I got presented with a situation where I was supposed to, me and Chauncey Washington, he just signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And he's also the stepson of Suge Knight. Chauncey Washington, as soon as he got signed, because he played at USC, as soon as he got signed, me and Chauncey ended up becoming real tight, courtesy of Suge Knight. When he got signed and went to Jacksonville, he ended up buying this big old mansion. Actually, we was together. It was at Queens Harbor in Jacksonville. We had a plan. We're gonna come with the MOE and we're gonna do it together. He had the funds. I wasn't that rich. I was a little 100,000 now, but he just signed a deal. So we had a plan. We're just gonna come with the label and cut the fuck up. Well, Robert, from whatever you dig, interfered and basically was like, I don't care what he has to offer you. This is what I have to offer you. And when he said that, it was millions of dollars. That's why I was able to have the MOE movement popping at this time, all on World Star, shooting buku videos back to back. I accepted it. And the things that came with that was so detrimental. And I wouldn't say Robert was, I don't know if he was in the Illuminati or not, but I know once he didn't do what, he got a phone call, and he was the person that was invested in me. Once he didn't do what he was told to do, he went to the Playboy Mansion and got stabbed up. These are all facts. And got stabbed up. And basically, yeah, facts. And he basically, because we had MOE roster records after that, from him intercepting Chauncey Washington and presenting me with so much money. So I'm in A, all the 12 living and the big old house I had in McDonough and all that came from Robert. You did, from the investment of giving me upfront money. He gave me $1 million. and it was supposed to be courtesy of him intercepting Chauncey Washington. It's supposed to be, all right, I'm giving you this money right here to be able to do what you got to do, because Chauncey is procrastinating. But once he gave me the money and the funding, it went from him giving me the money to allow me to do what I got to do to now he's all around every time. Every time, all the tow buses that I had, that came from Robert, the Rasta Records situation. I don't know, Brandon. He just was around all the time, and he always get phone calls of what to do, and then he'll tell me what I need to do. And I kind of just stopped feeling that shit, you heard me? And then we just clashed off that. That was the first situation of the Illuminati, and I went a little too far by accepting the money, and the things that happened to me after that. I had a worse error in my life from not wanting to deal with the Rasta Records situation. The second time was here in Atlanta, Georgia. Um, we're off the Rob situation, the Rasta Records situation, and we was in a hotel, and we was at the co-retreat, and basically, me and my dog, Day One Zell, all of us, and my engineer, Speechless, we got presented by some girls, and they basically was like, we work for such and such and such, and then when they started Illuminati talking, me and Day One Zell, we got you heard me, but my engineer, Speechless, he owed us no loyalty, he was just our engineer. She basically came at him with the situation. It was like, if they're not gonna do it, what's up? The next thing you know, Speechless got all these cars and mansions and became this rich ass nigga. I ain't see him since. That was the second time. The third time was in Miami, Florida, and this was a club back then called Club Sobe. You heard me? And yeah, I got approached to the club, and they let me kick in, and I partied with them that night, and I seen all the celebrities from the Scott Storches and all these people, and basically saying, you like this life, this is the life you want to live, and this is the life you need. And I was so spooked out, I left. I just left, and I act like I had something to do, and I just left. But those were the 3 experiences that I had with the Illuminati. And the Rob situation is the one that really freaked me out, is because I kind of bit the bait with that one and accepted that $1 million. And to this day, I regret it. Big facts, big facts. So if you ever look up Chopper City, Rasta Records MOE, all the tow buses on YouTube, you'll see I was being 100. You'll see all that shit.
So what were some of the things they was offering you?
A lot of things. I had liquor companies with Rhythm. I don't know if you remember this. It was a liquor company called Rhythm. They had like the orange bottles. I had a sponsorship with them. I had all types of fucking investments. I'm talking about, I was popping without no deal, but they was making it seem like they was a label the whole time. I don't know. They just kept pumping me up and taking me places in different countries and I was saying gothic looking, all types of wild shit, bro. But they never, when it came down to my crew, my MOE crew, when it came down to taking me places, they never brought them with me. They always was like, you only, you did.
Yeah.
And basically everywhere I went with them, it was always some left field. It wasn't gay though. It wasn't like no gay shit. It was just more like introducing me into something that if I was at this moment, if I was really down with that shit, I feel like I would have blew the fuck up. But I was a little too spooked out. And I was spooked out really from what transpired with me with Bad Boy. So when people offer me things besides money at this time, cars and this and all that, when people offer me these type of things, it spooks me out because I know ain't nothing for free. I know that everything come with a price. So I was kind of spooked out from that. But if I never would have did the Bad Boy situation and they would have presented it to me, I probably would have been down with Illuminati by now. But I was too spooked out. But those are the type of things that they do. And I was afraid for a very long time, which is one of the main reasons why I didn't want to go major, because that's kind of like the thing that comes with signing a major. They offer you all these things. And I'm not saying all major labels, but some. They offer you these things, right? To flourish and buck you up and make you feel good and make you feel like, this is forever. And then they do that 360 on you, and let's say you fucked up and you want to commit suicide and kill yourself and poke your eye out and all these things. So everything I'm saying is all facts. The Illuminati is real. Be careful out there.
Wall Street Journal reporting on a birthday letter that Donald Trump sent Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday. Ghislaine Maxwell collected that and other letters for a 2003 birthday album. That's according to documents reviewed by the Wall Street Journal. Pages from the album are among the documents examined by Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago, according to people who have reviewed the pages. Here's how the Journal describes the letter Donald Trump wrote to Jeffrey Epstein. Quote, the letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is bawdy, like others in the album. It contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, And the future president's signature
Let me
is a
just let that
squiggly
play. I'm
Donald
trying
on
to
upper waist,
find
mimicking pubic hair.
where
The
somebody
letter
else talking
concludes,
about the
happy birthday,
Illuminati,
and
but
may every
all of
day
them
be
start
another
crying.
wonderful secret. In an interview with the Journal, Trump denied writing the letter or drawing that picture. He told the Journal he was preparing to file a lawsuit if it published an
Well, if anybody has seen that video, let me know, because that's what I'm trying. I got it because I did a live on that. And I want to bring that video up. I mean, everybody cried. Let me type in day 26. This is the full interview. I'm not going to show that. I got it in my, because I did a whole big thing on it myself. I don't know why I can't find in mine's. I didn't sign mine because a lawyer told me I need a art attorney to look at it. Let me see. I just saw some like charity and stuff. I guess everyone has different offers. Yeah, they do. Ooh, my Lord. Let me see. I'm going to just play half of it again, because this is the full interview. And it says the full interview, day 26. Here it is. I'm just going to play half of it. Okay. So we can, when y'all see this here, and then we're going to be done. But I really want to show this. I really did. I wish I could find it from my thing, because I think I had the full interview on mine. This is day 26. The information will be down in my description box under credit. Okay. Okay. Here it goes, guys. It's something else. And this is how you know that what these men are saying, they ain't just talking out of the side of their mouth. Who is this? Oh, Pinky, thank you for skilling. 8:50 a.m. I can't do. We just said 11, and then they scheduled me for 8 o'clock. No, we can't do no 8 o'clock in the morning. That's okay. That's messed up. Okay. I'm sorry. I got up to take the call from my doctor, and we said one time, and then they just switched it to like 8 something in the morning. and I'm supposed to be there at 11. How? No, we ain't gonna do that. Okay. This is not the full
If you look at what's happening now, as we're sitting here and having this interview, and afterwards we're gonna go have some dinner and live our lives, Diddy is sitting in
I
a federal.
want you all to take a look at date 26 on the first row in the black cap at the end. Because you see one of them got a white scarf on his head. Then the other one got his hand like this here, going across here. Look at the one with his hand crossways in his lap. He's got on the glasses, prescription glasses, just regular glasses. He's sitting off to the end. Watch him. Watch them all. And then take a look at the guy at the very top with the sunglasses on, with the hat on his head, the big guy. He is not going to break character. He's going to stay in the same character. He's not going to break character at all. And the other two down at the bottom, they just going to, especially the one in the center, and then the rest of them. They all going to be crying. Even the one that's not going to break character at the top, because you can't see he's crying because he got his sunglasses on. Other ones got sunglasses on. If they don't, they're going to find some and put them on. Or they're going to be taking them off, wiping their face. I want you all to see this.
The holding facility, possibly facing life in prison.
Right. That's sad in itself as well.
I didn't see this coming.
Nobody did.
No one could have predicted in 5 years ago that Diddy would be facing life, no bail.
Yeah.
With all the other crazy stuff that came out. Like, for example, were you guys around Cassie at all?
Yeah. She's our close, good friend.
Good friend. Did you see any of the abuse?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
When you saw that video in the hotel hallway.
Yeah, that was fucked up. Man, that could be any man and any woman. That was not deserved. You know what I'm saying? No matter whether it was Diddy and Cassie or whoever it was, that just is ridiculous, bro. Okay. Yeah, that was horrible.
I mean, that video was awful. And I mean, he's being held right now under a RICO. But I've said this publicly. I don't quite understand how one person could be a RICO. And I understand the freakiness and, he likes to see other dudes sleep with this woman. And,
allegedly.
Whatever. Like that. That's, allegedly.
About it.
He may or may not be bisexual, whatever. All that's legal. I don't quite understand what exactly he's being charged with.
Me neither.
Do any of you really understand?
I mean, other than him other than that.
No, but he's not being charged for that.
Exactly.
That's not statute of
He's
limitations.
paid off or whatever, right?
Yeah, she settled.
Yeah. I don't know, because you can't. I don't think you can go to jail for Vaseline or baby oil.
Yeah, but now you got baby oil back on the shelves again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been buying out the world supply anymore.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think he's a danger to the world right now.
I think trafficking. They said sex trafficking and I think it's racketeering.
I mean, that's the RICO part.
Yeah, racketeering.
But I don't, like I said, we don't know nothing about none of that. We hear the same thing y'all hear.
One that's fooling with his hands on the end, he tried to speak by saying he's a danger to the world right now. And they just overlooked him and everybody just kept talking. Right now they playing it cool, right? But look at the one in the middle. See how here's, and when everybody else took a chuckle of a laugh, the big guy sitting at the bottom, he playing with his hand, fidgeting with his hand. He didn't say anything. He just got uncomfortable and crossed his legs, put his leg up. They getting ready to all break character soon.
From social media.
Like when you start traveling,
bullshit.
people start traveling, and there are a bunch of like moving parts.
Yeah.
And a person has been accused of that. Like
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean, there's a million stories and conspiracy theories out there right now. So me, I'm just waiting on the judgment day because I don't know. I've never really experienced none of the bad stuff that everybody talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I do see some stuff that's weird. Like you can't go to jail for baby oil. Why is this even a part of the? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like it's just certain things that don't ring right to me. And I'm not one of the people that's gonna believe everything I hear anyway. But
Well, I was with Dirty Money, and I sung background for them when I wasn't a part of Day 26. So I was able to be around them through the album process of them creating Last Train to Paris. And what I witnessed was a sober Sean and a regular Sean. Like when he's regular, he's very cool, very giving. Like it will invite you to dinner. You know what I mean? Feed you around this table. What up, Playboy? What up? Be very excited. Then I saw a hi, Sean, too, which was very dangerous. So that's why I said I feel like he's in jail. And I'm not judging anybody because I think he needs prayer and help. But he's in jail because he's a danger to himself, first of all. And he's a danger to the world right now. And I think there's a lot of people that are scared that didn't come out in the beginning, that are very scared because it's a scary situation. It's not just him that could possibly hurt you. It's people around him that are still close to him that could hurt you. Or it's just really deep, man, with Sean. So I would say I think he's in jail right now just for a good reason.
Well, I did an interview with Roger Bonds, who was in security. Was he around you guys?
No.
No?
I don't think he was around. Well, you was around.
I was around Roger Bonds.
He was around him, right. And he witnessed all the abuse.
Yeah.
But, what you're saying is, basically consistent to what he was saying was that Diddy was, over time became a drug addict.
Yeah.
He would go on these drug binges. Him and Cassie would lock themselves in these hotel rooms for 3-4 days, go on these binges. And during the binges, that's when allegedly the freak offs happened or whatever else. And then they would go and get IVs.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Try to rejuvenate themselves.
That's a fact.
And then a week or two later, go through the same type of thing.
He's also the person that said that Diddy said that he never cared about making a band, and he never planned on using, making a band successful. Like it was
just basically like a lick for him.
Yeah. Like he never really had a business model for
James said that. Well, my thing with Roger Bonds was like I had an issue with him, and I was kind of like nervous around them because I was in the email and I saw some things in a personal email that threw me off guard.
Like what?
I don't want to go into details right now, but it just threw me off guard. You know what I mean? To make me be like, you know what I mean? Like I understand you crying now and of the trauma that you've seen, but what about me, bro? Like what about the trauma you put me through when I read that email?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's just not like Sean that's guilty. They're all fucking guilty, man. Like, and I'll just put the blame on Sean. I blame everybody that's in his circle. They're all minions and they want to be like him. And if they can't be like him, they try to come against him. If they don't got the money or they can't get it as quick as him or whatever he's doing to get it, then all of a sudden it's like, let's turn against him now. You know what I mean? Because I guess whatever, I don't know.
Well, you said that you've seen the drugged out Diddy.
Yeah.
What would happen during those times?
Well, I mean, I'll keep it very short. Things felt very sacrificial. Shit.
Okay, explain.
I can't, because I don't want to sound like I'm a conspiracy person too. You know what I mean? Because I'm not. But when you're under a power, man, it's just you. I can't go into details now, but sir, like I'll tell you, it felt like some sacrificial stuff was going on, man. Like it felt very scary and weird to where I ran to get help. I ran to my doctor. I spoke up with my family. I spoke up to people around me because I was like, if this is true, and I'm caught missing or dead or something, I want you guys to know facts and the truth of what I'm going through. And
now, a lot of times when people see that side, they run to Jesus. They run to God. They run to the first church. They become a minister, a pastor. They join the church. They go get baptized. They run. Some can't handle it. They go through a drug out binge. Look at Justin Bieber right now. And some push it back to the back of their head and just give in. I ain't calling no names, but he did a residence in Las Vegas. He's a very good dancer. And Diddy bust his butt open one time, sent him to the hospital, where his mom had to come sit by his bedside, allegedly.
experiencing.
Did you have this conversation with the rest of the group?
Yeah, they know.
So when you guys heard this,
we was in tears. Like,
oh,
yeah,
wow,
in tears. Real. I love my brother. What's going on? Tears. Real. Hurt, pain. Like
I got to get an injection in my arm every month for mental health now for the rest of my life.
What's the?
They diagnosed me as schizophrenic and bipolar. The same thing, kind of like what Fred said he was going through. But I didn't experience suicide thoughts. I experienced other thoughts of being harmed and stuff.
Yeah, I have people in my family who are both schizophrenic and other people that have been bipolar.
Yeah, it's real scary when you got to keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
you start doing things. I was like walking around Rochester, bro. Like it's like I really like lost myself for like years.
Yes, yeah,
And I don't cry about this no more because I'm stronger. But it's like I was going crazy, bro, trying to figure out like what's going on. And the things that I was feeling are coming to light now. And I'd be like, whoa, that had to be God, you know, intervening. And
look at the one with the white scarf on his head. Look, you can tell by his jaws, he's feeling it. It got tears in his face. And then he keeps shaking his legs, moving his legs and stuff. You see how they all feeling it. The one at the top start patting him on the shoulder. And the one next to him, he can't take it either. Because he finally told them what he was going through. They had to, if it wasn't for his group right now, and see, they know what he said is true. But in the very beginning, you saw how they were saying, "Oh, you can't go to jail for this." You maybe, or see, they was playing the cool then. They didn't know he was gonna bust out and start telling the truth. Where that coolness had to get laid down to the side. Yeah. Sounds like he's stuck in fight or flight mode. Yeah. He saw some stuff and they did some stuff. And they was trying to, and he couldn't take it. He had to get out of there. So he was on the streets for a while, just running around loose on the street because he couldn't take what he saw. A lot of people can't take it when you see what they be doing, sacrificing things and stuff, and
removing me from that situation because it could have got really, really bad. So,
yeah, man, I'm sorry to go through that.
It's okay.
Yeah. But at least they found something that actually helps you out to stabilize you.
Yes.
Like a lot of people, they self-medicate, whether it's with pills or whatever else.
Right.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah. Now he got to find his sunglasses and put them on.
Yeah, I guess like if this one never came out, I still would have been secret about it. I wouldn't just like snitch.
Yeah,
because I'm not no snitch. Like I was gonna just deal with it. And I don't know why somebody that evil would. I don't get it. I don't know why somebody would do that to talented, passionate people. Yeah. Like, you know, we talented, passionate people. I don't understand. No, it's okay, bro. I don't understand why someone would sit down and think about hurting someone. I don't know, and or laugh about it after they do it. You know, like I don't get it. I don't. That's why I said none of them are innocent. I'm not here to expose anybody, but none of them are innocent, man. Like none of them are innocent. Y'all all coming after this man for millions of dollars when y'all were a part of it as well. Y'all were down too. Like that's not fair. That's not fair to him. It's not fair. Fair to me.
It's not fair to people that with actual story that actually been affected by that, because then it make everybody seem like they just try out to get something or, you know, whatever, opposed to it being real people that went through real stuff, you know.
Did you ever confront Diddy about this?
I kept trying to get in contact with him because all I wanted was an apology. All I kept saying, like, could you apologize? Like, could you just apologize for what I can't talk about right now? But I just wanted to apologize because something was wrong with me, man. Something was wrong. And like on your last Vlad interview, you could look at me and tell like something was wrong. Like I wasn't the enthused person. I wasn't cute. I looked like stressed. I looked like I was in a dark place. So like you could tell like something was wrong. Like
he's stressed out and much smaller.
Yeah, I didn't mean to go there. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. It's
I'm
all
so
good.
sorry.
This is real. And
They got to get up. They crying.
Gotta take a break.
Yeah.
Here. Oh man. Look at the one in the very back. He's crying, but you can't tell. He's holding it together though.
Good.
Man, I just broke my glasses, so I can't even cover my face. I can't even. I just broke myself, dog. I can't even cover my eyes now.
Yeah, God damn. Run me one more tissue, bro.
Yeah, man. Oof.
See there, they couldn't even get
That's
through
just
the
fucked up.
interview
What, yeah. That's your phone?
because they did some sadistic stuff to that man. He saw some stuff that don't make no sense to him, that he would never think people that he know or getting to know in the industry would do these things. It had to be something dark. Y'all know they be doing all this my voice is trying to go. Sacrificing things and people and rituals or harassing, like embarrassing you or making fun of you, or at the least likely in a moment, my voice is trying to go away again.
What you on, Vlad? What you on, man?
Yeah.
He's
Hey,
holding
I
his
wasn't
lips
expecting.
tight at the top. So
And this never happened on camera before, has it?
Nah, we just chilling, man. We thought, but I mean, it always feel the same way because we do know, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
So whenever you want to express yourself,
Yeah, that's all good. Take as much time as you want, man.
That's not cool.
he ain't gonna get up and look at it. He got to get his phone out to try to take his mind off. Sadistic. We don't know why. What did day 26 at the bottom say?
You good with them?
Yeah, we good. I need to go outside.
Nah, you good, bro. Man. You always good, man. When you ever got to release it, bro.
He don't know why. That information will be down in my description box, guys. That is it for today. I hope y'all enjoyed watching, okay? Because I'm trying to get everybody caught up on where this stuff came from with Diddy, where people that have been speaking out, where this stuff came from with Epstein, and where the Orange Donald fits into all this stuff, and the women. So I bring y'all to the front foot of it, and then I'll be taking you back so you can see a little bit of both. What's going on in the now, but also how this stuff happened back then. So I try to bring you a little bit of both. Okay. And thank you all for being here. I know I went 38 minutes over scheduled. Yes. But I'll see you all tomorrow. And thank you all for being here. I enjoyed having everybody here. Can you please hit the like button on your way out the door? And if you have not subscribed to the channel, you can subscribe to either one of my channels. Pink of the Housewife, which is my main channel. Pink Global, which is my second channel, or the original Pinky. And I go by Pinky on all three channels. Thank you guys. And I do appreciate you all being here. And we're going to go ahead and do like we do. You know how we do when we go out. Bye-bye. Peace and love.
Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to